For an older guy pushing 70, I'm quite the advanced user when it comes to the latest online technology. I've always insisted on getting in there and having a jolly good tinker. In fact, I've been perpetually testing every tool, which makes my life easier. While I proudly class myself as a writer for donkey's years, the actual physical act of seriously finger straining composition is long gone. Gone are the glorious days when I'd sit and either scratch out my words longhand with an ink pen and feeling frightfully Dickensian, nor do I clatter away at the keyboard for hours, making endless mistakes and typos before paying some poor sod to edit and tidy up my copy for me. I still sit down with a notepad for a good old cathartic purge of my daily journal thoughts. It helps the old brain whir and occasionally triggers an idea worth mentioning. However, when it comes to real writing, the content of books, special reports, and the sort of intellectual property that actually earns a crust, I've been using voice activated software for many years. It turns out I developed a process that perfectly suits my style of thinking. I initially started out with the truly groundbreaking Dragon Naturally Speaking. I progressed through mastering the upgrades as they came out, and I'm glad I endured the trauma. At first, Dragon software seemed more of a baffling, expensive toy than a serious tool. I merely played with it, which of course is the only way to master anything. Mercifully, the results soon improved and I speeded up. My finished output became very proficient. Dragon had long ceased to be a toy. In fact, it slowly grew into a very serious work tool indeed. I soon discovered I could write exceptionally quickly if I first sat down and jotted down my thoughts and objectives. This is the fun bit and creative bit. I scribbled them down in bullet point format, which acts as a delightful aide memoir when I started to compose. Once this is complete, I give my bullet point list a complete mental run through, and when I'm ready, I start to dictate. By using a simple list, I can stop and start as I wish and easily return to my writing at any time, picking it back up immediately. The real beauty is the sheer insubordination of it all. I can start at any point in the list and I don't have to slavishly start at the top and work my way down like some sort of common civil servant. I simply glance at the bullet point list I'm working on or the bullet point I'm working on, cogitate for a moment, hit the function button, and then start the software, and I start talking. I frequently pause naturally unless I have a clear, natural idea of my desired outcome. Working in little bursts like this is really divine. As I've been composing this very thought, a message came in from my son, Ethan, telling me what he was up to. For a moment, I forgot that at this time of year, we have an 8 hour time difference. And while I'm just starting a new day, he's finishing his. Now, if I'd left getting back to him until my writing was finished, I probably would have missed the fruitful family interaction entirely. A tragedy averted thanks to technology. Dragon Naturally Speaking has served me well over the years, although more recently I've noticed it's been getting a little bit claggy, slow, or perhaps it's merely me who has become unbelievably proficient and quicker. So I considered upgrading to the latest version, which of course is ridiculously expensive, and apparently loyalty means precisely sod all when it comes to customer discounts. Then, by chance, a new bit of kit sauntered across my screen. There's always some new digital tap being flogged, most of which couldn't hold a candle to Dragon software. However, it's always important to have a tinker, otherwise, you simply won't know what you're missing. This new contraption is a voice activated tool called Whisper Pro. I put my affiliate link at the end of this brief explanation so you can get a month's trial if you decide to discover more for yourself. The first thing I noticed about this product was it was very much more intuitive than Dragon. It was far more accurate in recognizing my voice, crucially, not making as many embarrassing mistakes. It was quite different in many ways, and what I love most was it seemed to work in just about every application I tried it in. This was a monumental advancement for a chap who likes to work everywhere and anywhere. I wasted approximately 2 glorious hours playing and testing this new application. By the time I'd finished, I was completely sold. The cost, once I checked out, was pleasantly surprising, and I decided to immediately take out a membership because this amazing software is constantly improving. I went with the monthly basic plan to begin with. It's more expensive to start off, but as I get more familiar with the software, I'm pretty sure I'll look for a lifetime membership, or at the very least, a yearly membership. If you're looking to become more productive, remember that nearly everything starts with words. And if you, like most people, think you can't write, well, it's time to think again. Because with this software, you can spout like an expert and you won't make those embarrassing spelling mistakes either. They claim using this software, you can type at least 3 times as fast, but that's 3 times as fast as someone who can type really well. For someone like me who's a pathetic two-finger typist, I would imagine my output is something like 6 to 8 times faster than using my miserable typing skills. It gives a chap like me a monstrous unfair advantage over the key-bound plebs. And at my age, you take what you can get. Go on, give it a try. You might manage to write something worthwhile.